Our, Hello everyone. Today our topic of discussion is theory of class conflict given by Karl Marx. This topic is included in the chapter of theories of social stratification in BA second semester curriculum. Introduction to this theory. Marx has focused on the ideas of class and class struggle from the utopian socialism and the theories of Henry de Simon. He was follower of Henry de Simon, from whom he has taken all the ideas related to class struggle and differentiation of classes. The Marx theory of classes and struggle belongs to the key problem both of theory and political practice strategy and tactics of working class. He has always been focusing on the strategies and tactics which working class accepts for changing the society time to time. Marx made class struggle the central fact of social evolution, and for that matter, he says the history of all hitherto existing human society is the history of class struggles. In that line, he wants to say that the history of class struggle is present in all the societies. Every society has been going through this phase of class struggles. Now, he has divided the societies in primarily four different stages. First is primitive ancient society, which is known as hunter and gatherer societies as well. Next comes the ancient society. Then is feudal society, where the system of feudal and slave was prevalent. Next comes today's society, which is capitalist society, where the main motive of all the classes is to gain more and more profit. In his theory, Marx has divided the societies into two major groups. First group, which owns all means of production, and this group is known as have group. These group have much influence on the other groups of the society. Next is group which doesn't have access to means of production. In this group, the labor class and the middle class of the society is included, and this group is also known as have not group, which doesn't have any access to the means of production, and also they don't have any influence on the other groups of the society. In this theory, Marx focused on the conflict between primarily two main classes. He has divided his theory and the classes in two groups, which is first is bourgeois, which represents the member of society who hold the majority of wealth and means. This is the group which has 90% or more than 90% wealth of the society, and they are very influential upon all the other society groups of the society. The proletariat include those considered working class or poor. The second one is proletariat groups who doesn't have any control over means of production, and they also don't have any influence on the other groups. With the rise of capitalism, Marx theorized that the bourgeois, a minority within the population, would use their influence to oppress the proletariat, the majority class. In this line, he wants to say that the minority group, which is bourgeois, the capitalist society, they are becoming more and more powerful in the capitalist society. This way of thinking is tied to common image associated with conflict theory, and this is the basic crux of this conflict theory, that the bourgeois group always controls or exploit the other groups of the society. Adherent to this philosophy tend to believe in a pyramid arrangement in which a small group of elite dictate terms and conditions to a larger portion of society as a result of outside control over resources and power. Then Karl Marx has given the concept of historical materialism in his theory. Historical materialism is also known as materialist conception of history, is a methodology used by some communist and Marxist historiographers. Now, what does historical materialism means? It means that history is nothing but it is the materialistic depiction of all the societies of all the stages. Human societies and their development through history, arguing that history is the result of material condition rather than idols. This topic describes that history is nothing but the materialistic depiction of the societies. Historical materialism looks for causes of developments and changes in human society in the means by which humans collectively produce the necessities of life. It posits that social classes and the relationship between them, along with the political structures and way of thinking in societies, are founded on and reflect contemporary economic activity. Historical materialism doesn't only deal with the economical activity, it also deals with the political structure of that point of time and the ways of thinking of the society, which influences the economic activity of that period of time. Since Marx's time, the theory has been modified and expanded by some writers. It now has many Marxist and non-Marxist variants. After Marx has given this theory, many other sociologists have contributed to this theory. Many Marxists contend that historical materialism is a scientific approach to study of history. Thank you very much.